Good morning one and all. Today I stand before you to speak of you take class on how to control your emotions. The first thing you need to know to control your emotion is that you are in control of your emotion. You are in control of how you feel. At any given situation, you are the one who controls your emotion, and you are doing certain things to create that emotion. Now, most of us, the majority of us, we think that emotions are something that happened to us and that we cannot do anything to change it. We say it's because of the weather, or we say it's because it's raining, or we say that it's because something annoying happened. This is not true. This is just an illusion that you will have to dispel. Now, most of us, we think that emotions cannot be changed. And if we give in to this, all the external events in our life will influence how you feel. Now, to be the master of your emotion, you have to be the master of meaning. Meaning that the meaning you associate with a certain event will determine how you feel. Now, let's consider that it's raining outside. Now, there are two different meanings that we can associate this event with. We can either consider it in a positive way, giving it positive meaning, saying that, oh, it's raining, that's great. The plants are getting watered, and associating every positive meaning with it. Or we can either assume it or in a negative way, saying that, oh, it's raining, that sucks. Now the weather is going to be all damp and wet. So there are two ways through which your emotions can travel, and it depends on the meaning. The first way is through positive or good or empowering meanings, and the other way is through a negative or a disempowering or a bad meanings. And the choice is yours. Now, everything in our life, nothing in our life will have meaning other than the meaning that we associate it with it. All around us, we can have a negative, totally negative environment, and we can still find happiness and not be controlled by the external events of life. And all you have to do is to concentrate on the positive meaning and associate with the positive meaning. Now, there are ways through which you can associate an event with positive meaning. Like, you can ask yourself certain questions about how this event is going to be good, or how this event will make you a better person. We will always have to remember that every negative incident in our life will have a positive intent. And what we have to do is ignore or forget the negative incident and focus on the positive intent. Now, I'll tell you a story of two soldiers. Both of these soldiers were serving the US Army, and they went for a war. And while they were on war, both of them lost one of their legs. One of them, he was so distressed because he lost one of his leg. Now the world was going to see him as a disabled person, and so he was depressed, and he was so sad that at last he was suicidal and he killed himself. The second person, he was happy. He felt like he was given another chance in his life. And he was so grateful that he felt like he should cherish his life. He had only lost one of his legs, he had his other leg, and he had his hands, and most of all, he was living. So he made his life more cheerful, and he had a happy life. Now, there are three basic ways through which we can control our emotion. The first way is there is another important thing that we have to remember while we are trying to control our emotions. The first thing, and it is that we are in control of our emotion, and whatever emotion we are experiencing, we are creating it, and we can change our emotion in an instant. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, assume that you've just got from work. You're tired and exhausted, and as something annoying just happened at work, you're so frustrated. And when you enter your home, suddenly your phone rings. And when you pick it up, the other person gives you a happy or an empowering news. And suddenly, all of a sudden, you are excited and you are happy. Like, how can that be possible? 1 minute you're happy and excited, and the next you're 1 minute you're sad and depressed, and the next you're happy and excited. Like, if you cannot change your emotion in an instant, how can this be possible? So, getting back to the three basic strategies. The first one is focus. If we focus on the good, we'll feel good. Now, as I said, every negative incident will have a positive intent. Now, all you have to do is forget or ignore the negative incident and focus on the positive intent. Every negative thing will have a negative incident will have a positive intent. Now, always train yourself to focus on the good and not on the bad, so that you will feel good. If you focus on the good, you will feel good. Now, whenever you get up in the morning, just try and focus on not on what is going to be bad, not thinking that this day is going to be a long one. Instead, start thinking about how grateful you should be because you have been given another chance in your life, like another day, that is like 24 more hours. The next thing you need to learn, the next in the 3 basic strategies is your language, the way you describe an event. Now, when you're describing something, it might be a positive or a negative incident. You have to describe it with positive phrases, empowering words. And at times when you are feeling sad and dull, instead of saying you'll usually be saying negative things, but instead try and say the opposite of that. Like if you say you can't do something, try saying that you can do it. If you are saying that, oh, this day is going to be dull and boring, try saying that, oh, this day is going to be great and happy, and if it's not so, I'll make it happy. And so, yeah, use positive phrases to describe your event. Now, the third thing is your physiology, your body language, how you maintain your body. Whenever a person who is sad and depressed will have his shoulders down, his head down, and he'll have a low voice, and he'll be dragging his feet while walking. But instead, if you are happy, you put your shoulders back, you smile, and have a grateful face. Your facial expression too matters when you are in a negative environment. If your facial expression is good, you'll feel good. So action and emotion works together. And physiology and psychology too works together. And if you maintain this, you will get to success. Now, before I end my class section, I'd like to talk to you about one major thing, and it's about insult. We live in a world full of variety of people, diverse people. Now, we all get insulted or criticized for some or the other thing. Other people might think something about us and they might criticize us or insult us. Now when we get depressed just because someone else insulted us, we are giving our remote control to that person. Like the control that controls our emotion. And this person, he's going to press the buttons he wants to press, and he'll flicker through our emotion. He'll change our emotions. And why give him that satisfaction, like changing our emotions whenever he wants it? So why just get depressed and sad? Be happy. You are in control of your remote control. So stay happy, be positive. It does take time to control your emotions, to master our emotions, but you'll get through it. You'll get to control it eventually. It just takes willpower and practice. So I hope you all find this useful.